Good morning, good morning, good morning. Have a little drive, so I wanted to make a video for someone that may need it. And again, when I make these videos, my videos are for Christian people, but they could be for anyone. You can take it, but specifically it's for Christians. Why? Because if I'm a believer and I make a video, someone that's not a believer may disagree with me, which that's totally fine. But I don't expect unbelievers to understand where I'm coming from, because as my daughter called it, the circle of God's circle of sheep. So just a little encouragement. Being married and being have been single, have been a single parent, it comes with knowing a lot. Not saying that I know everything, but what God gives me, the knowledge that He gives me and the understanding, it allows me to help someone else. And I don't mind being open and honest, because I believe that's when we get help, when we're open and honest. So I want to talk about Paul in 1 Corinthians 7, when he talks about relationships, and the thing that stood out to me was when he said that it is better to be alone, basically to stay by yourself, not to be married, just to be by yourself. And I used to always struggle with that, and it was like, I don't really believe that. But as people, as believers, when we read the Word of God, we have to apply it to where we are in life. And being married, I apply it as now I understand it so much better, because when you're single, you're able to focus on the things of God. You're able to flourish. You're able to stay in your word as much as you want. You're able to not have the demand of so much. And when you're married, you have a demand of cooking, cleaning, working, kids, husband. You have so much on your plate that sometimes, not saying that you may forget, but you can't be in your word as much as you would like to. You have to kind of set times aside to where you meet God every day, and get that time in with God. But when you're single, you have as much time needed to to allow God to speak to you, and for Him to speak back. And I see how a lot of single people, they want to be married so much. And I just want to encourage you to allow God to, being a Christian and being single, allow God to work on you. Enjoy your single life. Work on the things that you need to work on. Get to know who you are. That is so vital, because so many times, me, myself included, we get married not knowing what to expect out of that marriage. And of course, it's not going to be perfect, but we come in with the idea of everything is going to be perfect, and that's not true. We come in thinking, oh, it's gonna be so much better, and still, whether married or single, you're gonna have temptations. You're gonna have situation times where you just feel like you just can't do it. You're gonna feel like, oh God, why did I do this? And that's just being real, that's just being honest. But God says, if we look to the hills from which cometh our help, and sometimes we look to people more than we do looking to God. So we look for people to be our help, but God is our ultimate help. So I just pray for you guys today, and I pray that it blessed you. Couldn't really go into depth too much because I'm driving, and I don't want to really drive and make a video, but I just really wanted to get that out, and I just pray that you guys have a wonderful day. Big smiles.